What is good? What is really good, my people? It is UK. Trotler brother Dr.Love, the darkest man around today, guys. I am here with Dr.Love 307. It's been a while, man. How you been, man?
What's up, bro? It's been a hot minute since we've recorded a video together, like way too long.
Yeah, man. It's been a while since we recorded a video, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about the idea of Storm 5 and whether it should be a thing, whether it's going to get made, whether we agree with how people feel about Storm 5, because a lot of people have been upset with how Shinobi Striker was delivered, how it was handled, and just the lack of them caring about the game. Because if you look at that promotion, it was garbage. If you look at everything to do with that game, it was garbage. Visuals, the only thing that was positive was the idea of what they were trying to do, but ideas are not good enough until you execute them. But I'm gonna give it over to Dr. Love. Do you want to see Storm 5?
Nah, no, I don't. Okay, so with me, a lot of people already know my history with Storm 4 at least. I like Storm 1. Storm 2 is pretty good. I like Storm 3. Generations was decent. We don't talk about Revolution. Storm 4 had a horrible first year and a half. After that, BROTHA came out, they fixed up the game, got the stuff together. But you know, Storm was the main Naruto game for like you said, what, 10 years almost. And we got ones on the side, on the PSP and the Nintendo, the handhelds, stuff like that. Even no, on console we didn't really get that many on the side. It was kind of just Storm because they came out every year. But I don't think, because we were talking about this a little bit before this, and I saw some people talking to you about it on Twitter, and a majority of people's reasoning for wanting a Storm 5 is because Shinobi Striker as an individual game was bad. It didn't do well, so we need to immediately go back to Storm, which I think is kind of stupid, to be honest. I'm just gonna be blunt. I think it's pretty dumb. But the thing is, you can't just go off that one game and then just instantly go oh well, just based off this, everything in the future that they could possibly do is gonna be garbage, so we have to backtrack. For the Dragon Ball community, for example, right? First, we were going through Tenkaichi and Budokai. Then we got Raging Blast and Burst Limit, which were the newer Tenkaichi Budokai. Then we had Ultimate Tenkaichi, which was garbage. Then we had Battle of Z. We had Dragon Ball Z for Connect. We had Budokai HD Collection, which the music wasn't the same, so it was kind of weird. And we went through all these different things. Xenoverse 1 to an extent. Even though it was a successful game, a lot of people didn't like it. I liked it personally. I like Xenoverse, but I can see why people wouldn't like it. But and then now we have Fighters in Xenoverse 2, which are the main things. And even the mobile games are pretty good. And I like the on the phones. I'm talking about Dragon Ball Fusions and stuff like that. But for Naruto, they had all this Storm, and then all they got was Shinobi Striker, and all of a sudden it's oh, all future Naruto games are gonna be bad. Even look at the One Piece community. They changed up all their things, and for a long time they had Pirate Warriors, and then they came out with Burning Blood, but they didn't say, oh, even people liked Burning Blood, but even so, they didn't say oh, Burning Blood obviously ain't it, we need to go back to Pirate Warriors. It's no, they're still accepting the other games, everything. I just think the Naruto fanbase is being ridiculous with this.
Yo, I got put it out there. There was some people that did want to go back to Pirate Warriors, because I made a video about Pirate. I'm not lying, man,
bro.
I made a video on Pirate Warriors 4. I know people in the comment section yeah, they didn't make this game. They didn't make this game. But the problem with and I'm gonna make this real brief. The problem with Pirate Warriors was, and this is what's gonna happen with the Storm series, it is driven on story. Story is the leading thing about it. And with the point, this is my understanding of the Naruto manga, because I don't really follow it that heavy.
Yeah.
My understanding is that there's not really that much action for them to put into an action-based game or a fighting game. There's not really a lot of that, and that's the same thing with Pirate Warriors. But the whole Burning Blood thing, people do want a Burning Blood 2. Is kind of mixed with that community.
Yeah.
And I did see that a lot of people on Twitter were saying that that Naruto games have failed ever since Storm. I was like, what do you mean, man?
There's only been one.
Storm, yeah. There's only been one game. Why are people counting the mobile games? They don't count.
No, those don't count. Naruto Blazing is developed by CC2, but still, it's nothing it's a mobile game. That doesn't count, That'd be like me adding Dokkan to Dragon Ball games. It's no, it is a Dragon Ball game, but let's be honest, that No, like you pop bubbles, bro. It's nothing. It's nothing like the actual game. But
oh man.
But like, what? As for before, like with Storm, the only way I would accept a Storm 5 is if it was actually the best Storm game. Because Storm 4 is not the best Storm game. In terms of gameplay, yeah. In terms of overall, no, not even close. But either way, though, literally, like a year ago from today, people were saying, you know, how much Storm was just so oversaturated and overdone, and they just kept going with it. Now we need something fresh. And then when we get one thing that's fresh, they're like, oh no, I don't like that, let's go back. Like, no, like, they could do RPGs for Naruto. They could try again with the Shinobi Striker way, but do it by good developers this time. They could do a 2D fighter. They could do a Naruto fighter. They could do... Like, there's a lot of stuff they could do for Naruto if they really wanted to, but it's just... Part of the reason why I think Shinobi Striker did bad, though, is because they didn't know what it wanted to be. Like, it was trying to be Overwatch, and it was also trying to be Xenoverse. And it's like, you can't do both, obviously, especially with Naruto. That just doesn't make any sense, as you can see from the game. But I don't know. I just think the whole, you know, Storm 5 needs to be a thing is kind of ridiculous. I mean, Bandai and CC2 flat out said it's the last Storm game. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, I just don't think one game... I think it's just a little ridiculous to say, like, you know, one game determines any future Naruto game ever that they can make, you know? Because there's a bunch of Naruto games that came out prior to Storm 1 that were all really good, and they weren't Storm. So it's like, they could do something like those again. It's not like there's no rule that they can't do that, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, a lot of people are going back to, or saying that they should do a Storm 5 purely for the fact that they know what to expect.
Yeah,
and with new games, you don't really know what to expect. You don't really know what we're gonna get. We don't really know the direction that they're gonna go when it comes to handling these games. And honestly, in my opinion, I do feel that if they really wanted to, they could do what somebody like a Batman or Spider-Man's doing in terms of making a single player game. That could still work. I don't think they'll do it right, but I'm just saying there's so many options for anime games to do. Like like people do forget about that. People are just used to it being a fighter, or a 3D arena fight, or just a 2D fight. People are just used to them formats. And we're in a day and age where Bandai trying to create different variety of games, trying to get people hyped and excited for these new variety of games. And I feel like people need to calm down. People need to relax. Shinobi Striker, after playing that beta, after playing that online, you already knew what you're gonna get.
Yeah. I
told everyone in the videos I made, if online doesn't work, since this game is online heavy, then what are you playing?
Exactly. Bro, you just reminded me. I don't remember what the person's name was, but they literally tweeted at Bandai Namco, right? This was so funny. This killed me. And because Bandai Namco like was tweeting about like a DLC character or something like that for Shinobi Striker, right? And they replied and they said, "Hey, I bought your game off Amazon and I don't have PS Plus and I don't have Wi-Fi at home. How am I supposed to play your game?" Literally, that's all they told them. And I thought it was the funniest thing ever because it's like it's so true, because it's like that game is literally just online. Like, if you're not playing online, you're barely even playing the game. You're not doing anything at all.
Yeah, and like the thing about that game should be a free to play game. That should be going that Fortnite style, and then just saturate the game with constant updates and constant stuff like Fortnite does. Carrying added to the game, different skins and all that stuff, and different stuff that you can do to earn obviously skins within the game. If they did something like that, then the game would be golden. The game would probably do better than it's actually doing. Because with this game, you could already tell that this game ain't gonna get the support it needs for an online-based game to survive. Online-based game survives based on updates and constant improvement. Once you stop doing that, the game pretty much dies because there's nothing new. There's nothing new, and the game doesn't have a story mode, which they kind of lied to us because there was a scam that they said that there will be a story.
Bro, it's weird. Okay, you haven't played the full game, have you?
No.
It's weird. The story mode, like, because the game, one thing that I noticed about the game is that it kind of disguises things as things that they aren't. And story mode is actually one of them, because there's like a you remember Battle of Z, right? How they had like the missions.
Yeah.
It has that type of thing for it, but like they disguise it as a story mode by like after you beat a certain amount of missions, like credits come up, like, you know, story and visuals by this person and gameplay by this person, and it's like, but it's just so off-putting because when the credits roll, you're just like, why are there credits? Like all I did was beat a few missions. It's like it makes it seem like you played a story mode even though you didn't. It's really weird. It's really weird.
Man. I find it funny that they do that, like, because like in my opinion, I've always been all for online story mode, but with anime games, they're just trying to shortcut and try and half-ass their way through everything, man.
I know.
It's all about the half-ass, all about the shortcut, it's all about trying to go the easy route and not actually putting the time and effort. When we saw time and effort from a Naruto game, we got Storm 4, and that game didn't really go down well because they had to make Road to Boruto. But Storm 5, I don't think is the answer. If we get a Storm 5, you guys are still gonna complain.
Yeah, that's true.
It don't really make a difference. It's still gonna complain. Online probably gonna be trash because CC2's online from the launch is always trash.
Oh yeah.
There's not really anything encouraging. Like there's nothing exciting other than improved gameplay. In my opinion, if you really want to play Storm, you got the whole collection.
Yeah, that's true.
To play through.
Literally,
on
it's
PS4
Storm 1.
at least.
Yeah, Storm 1, 2, 3, and 4 is on there. Literally. Because you don't need Generations or Revolution, especially not Revolution. Like if you want to just play Storm in general, 1 through 4 is fine. But like, I don't know. I mean, it's not like Storm's gone. Like if you want to play Storm, like, cause you know when Storm 4 and the PS and the next generation consoles came out, well, now they're current gen. The only ones you could play on PS4 and Xbox One was Storm 4, but since they re-released 1, 2, and 3 on the stores, you can literally play like Storm 1 through 4 whenever you feel like it. So it's like, it's not like you don't have access to Storm, it's just, you know, like it's still there.
Yeah, like I don't understand why people are getting upset and like, why are people saying they missed the game, man? There's only 2 Naruto games on this generation of consoles.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why people are. If so many people are missing Storm, why don't all of you niggas just go on Storm 4? Once you do that, you can't complain that there's no one on the game because there's people. You guys will be on the game. They can't complain no more because I don't understand why they complain. Like it makes no sense to me, honestly. Like it really doesn't make any sense, man. Just because this game did bad. Like that's Bandai's problem. That ain't really down to not us having Storm 5.
Yeah. Like
in my opinion, I want them to still try and do something new. Obviously, it's gonna be hard to do something new because they gotta find out what people like and then try and implement it in the correct fashion. Mm-hmm. This game was promoted terribly. Horribly. Probably the worst promotion of a Naruto game. And it's coming down to the fact that it just seems like if it doesn't have Dragon Ball in it on the title, then the promotion is going to be booty butt cheeks because that's what the promotion has been. World Seeker, 0 promotion. One's Justice, 0 promotion. All of these games I've just named, 0 promotion. Yeah. Other than anything that has Dragon Ball
Black Clover
on the title or in it. That game, I did not know when that game released.
That game
was the worst. That game was the worst promoted out of all of them, man.
I know. It was sad because the game, I mean, it's not that great. It's not that good. It's okay, but it deserved a lot more than what it did. Like they just kind of released it without even saying anything.
Oh yeah, and they did the English version for My Hero dirty because they just dropped that English version the same day as Red Dead 2.
I know. It was a horrible day to release that game.
I've never really been a fan of them spreading out the release dates like months later from the original Japanese release. They should release at least within that first week.
I agree.
That's the best way to maximize the sales because what they're gonna do is they're gonna get a bunch of people from America, the UK, or Europe that's gonna be buying the Japanese version just so that they can play the game, and it's gonna mess up the sales and it's gonna kind of conflict Bandai and companies how well a game does in that certain region because people are going to Japanese stores to buy their games because they can get early. Yeah. But that's pretty much all I gotta say. You got anything else to add to this video?
Not really. I mean, just last thing, if you don't like Shinobi Striker, that's fine. That's the majority of people's opinion that are Naruto fans on that game. But like, just be patient. Like, you know, because the same thing happened with Dragon Ball where like they pushed out so many games that were just like Budokaites and Kaiichi that when they changed it, you know, a lot of them weren't that good because they were just so used to Tenkaichi and Budokai, but then they eventually like kept going through things, took feedback, and then now they have what they have now. And you know, Naruto, it'll get there. You know, it's gonna get there eventually. Just you're gonna go through rough patches. It's fine, but just be patient. Like Storm isn't the only way for Naruto. Like they can come up with something. Just wait. It might take a few years, but you know.
Yeah, I totally agree with that because I feel like Naruto, One Piece, My Hero, and I'm not sure about Black Clover because that promotion was so bad that I don't even know why they did that. I felt like they just brought that game out because they just got bored and just felt like because man, they did not speak of that game. They did not post anything about that game. They're like, oh yeah, you know that one game that we made, Black Clover, that came out like last week. We kind of forgot to promote it, but yeah, go buy Black Clover.
Oh my gosh.
I saw people doing reviews. I was like, when did this come out? Nah, but them series are gonna have a lot of transitions. Them trying to know what works for them, what is gonna be done right. And since there's so many more anime games being made, it's gonna come back to getting the right developers because I don't think Bandai work with a lot of good developers that are notoriously known. So there's gonna be a lot of bad ones within there. Obviously, the main ones are Spike, CC2, freaking Art System, and Dimps. Those are like the main ones, and then you got the other ones that produce the lower tier games, and a lot of people are not liking that. I heard a lot of mixed things about One's Justice.
Yeah.
And based on the people that were able to play the early stuff of World Seeker, it ain't looking pretty for that game too. But that's pretty much all I gotta say and what Dr. Love's gotta say. So make sure you check out Dr. Love's channel. Link to that will be in the description below. I highly recommend you check that out. He's gonna be uploading a lot more this year. Last year he uploaded like 3 times the whole year. And most of them were videos saying I'm back. But anyways, man, let me just wrap up this video. So please comment and subscribe. I know I say this all the time, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying, please like, rate, and enjoy this video. And yeah, this UK Chocolate Brother will catch you in the next one. Bye guys.
Peace.